Jerry Harris here with Musicon, introducing Jesse James Dupree of JACKYL here in Rockford, Illinois. Stop by to see us tonight, put on a good, energetic show as always.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the show tonight. We've been having great shows. Things have been good.
Very good. You guys got a new album out?
Got a new album out called Best in Show. Came out a couple of weeks back, and just a big slab of rock and roll, a celebration of the fundamentals that everything was built on. 2 guitar, bass, drums, chainsaw, if you will, whatever it takes to get the job done.
Yeah, very good. Always the chainsaw.
Yeah. Not shy about it, not at all.
And I can attest that album is everywhere right now. I actually picked up a copy at Walmart recently, so
yeah.
it is everywhere. So be sure and
Best Buy has a deluxe version, of it that's got a DVD in it. It's the first time the band's ever, we sit down and kind of discuss our 20 years because we're celebrating our 20-year anniversary. Saloon, we're going into our 4th season of the Throttle Saloon. It airs December 19th on True Television. You know, we finished up last year. It was like the #1 rated show in its time slot, and the wall just gets higher every year for more and more insanity. But luckily, there's no shortage of that out at the Throttle.
Right, very good, very good. And you're a biker, of course, yeah?
Well, I try to log as many miles every year as I can ride. I ride a Harley Davidson Street Glide, so I'm able to take it out on the road and travel with it, and go on the tour and everything.
In rock and metal, especially these days, it seems like the crowds have diminished, and we're kind of taking a look at that and seeing what we can do as bands and fans of the bands to get fandom back into music again. You know, it seems like. I mean, the economy is definitely low, so there's less people showing up at a lot of the shows. But do you have any thoughts on what we could do to get people excited about it? Do you think it's problems with promotion or radio, or I mean, is there anything that you could point your finger at?
Everybody's got their opinions on what we've been through or what we're going through. I mean, the economy's definitely affected everybody. I mean. These last 4 years have been a big kick in the nuts for everybody, and so I think that's affected car lots or home buying or rock and roll, whatever is not exempt from feeling the crunch on that. Right. However, I think to say that music's not as important as it's been, I don't know if that's true. I just think people are spread out over different genres, and because they've got the internet, they've got the iTunes, they've got the Sirius satellite with 100 channels, they've got whatever. I mean, they're just spread out. People are spread out over so many different opportunities to get music from different places. So right. Maybe we're not leading the masses to any 1 or 2 things. So that everybody's playing the Enormo Dome, on Saturday night. Right. Maybe they're just, there's people discovering old Johnny Cash that they probably wouldn't have if it had been for the internet and YouTube or Vivo or again satellite radio going across Willie's country right. station or whatever. I think again, it's kind of hard to really blame any one thing other than the reality that. The entertainment business, both television, movies, film, record industry, whatever, has all been subject to dealing with audiences being fragmented.
But at the local level, local bands, back in the 80s and the 90s, there was a whole lot of the bands doing a lot of promotion for themselves. And at the local level in the Midwest, we don't see that a lot. A lot of people are leaving it up to the venues and things like that. I mean, could you speak to that, like how important that is to get out there and flyer and shake hands and meet people and network?
Yeah, again, I think it's changed now from people going out and making the physical contact of flyers and talking to people. Now they're sitting at their computer sending out a Facebook message. Right. So I think it's just a different effort that's being made, and again, I think it's just harder to reach people through that mechanism because they're spread, the masses anyway for a local band. Right. But if a band can come in and kick ass, and they start out with 2 or 3 people or 10 people or 15 people, if they're great at what they do, that turns into 50, turns into 100, turns into every time they go back. Right. That's one thing nobody can take away from you. If you're a great band and you're out there and you kill it, it really. You can spend a lot of time doing a lot of stuff, but if you can't be on a 6-week rotation in a venue and increase your crowd every time you play there, then you got to really rethink what you're doing. Right. there's no club, no record company, no radio station, no anybody that's going to be able to pour that on top of you. You can either draw a crowd or you can't.
Anything else you'd like to add to the folks out there?
You know, just check out the Full Throttle Saloon reality show that it's December 19th. I got my Jesse James bourbon that I've been doing now for about a year, and it's America's Outlaw whiskey, and I'm proud of that. 37 states since January, which is pretty amazing.
Very cool.
And it's probably the fastest growing brand out there for a new whiskey brand that's out. Nobody's put a Kentucky bourbon on the market in quite a while, so as far as a new one, and it being $7-8 cheaper, than a bottle of Jack Daniel's, say, you can't afford not to give it a shot. It actually tastes a lot like Jack, but it doesn't have that strong of an aftertaste. It's a little smoother than that, and it's not as sweet as Crown Royal. So neither one of those are actually Kentucky bourbons, but that's what it does taste like. If I had to explain it to somebody, it's kind of in between a Jack and a Crown.
Nice.
But it's a good bourbon whiskey, and I'm very proud of it. Jesse James, America's Outlaw Bourbon.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on the new album.
Thank you so much. Break it up.
Thanks so much
And
again
good
for
luck
stopping
with your
by.
music con.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have you at one of our shows.
You got it.